We begin our Sunrise Smart Start with some breaking news overnight. Rochester police currently investigating a gunpoint robbery after responding to a medical call on Mount Hope Avenue.
Over there is where they found a man cut and wounded. He told police the robbery happened not far away at Flint and Seward Streets last night around 11. Police still at this point aren't exactly sure what object caused the injuries. That victim was taken to the hospital for treatment. He is expected to recover. The investigation is ongoing. Right now, several passengers are still hospitalized after this bus on its way to Niagara Falls flipped on its side and then slid down 490 in Chili Thursday morning.
This incident led to a major emergency response, traffic rerouting away from that section of 490 for most of the day. Ron Spitzer has been following this story since it first broke, and she's now in studio with what happens next. Ron.
Guys, the driver ejected from the bus has already been issued multiple tickets. According to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, Tribal Sun Bus LLC has been involved in 6 crashes within the last 2 years, one of them being fatal. As for yesterday's crash, the bus left New York City after midnight, dropping off passengers along its route when around 7 a.m. it went off the road, re-entered, flipped onto its side, and slid approximately 200 yards before it came to a full stop. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office declared a mass casualty incident with hundreds of first responders jumping into action to get those 28 people injured to the hospital, including the driver.
We rallied a lot of resources throughout the institution, and we also had, through our EMS liaisons, assets on scene. We initially received 13 patients, and subsequently we have received 3 patients in transfer from other institutions to us. With our assets on scene, patients were distributed across our area to the hospitals to balance out the load.
Deputies say the driver has been ticketed for vehicle and traffic violations. Those are for things such as fatigued driving, speed, unreasonable unsafe lane changes, and for not wearing his seatbelt. They are combing through all surveillance and witness video, inspecting the bus, and going through the company's travel logs, since it is illegal under federal law for charter bus drivers to drive more than 10 hours a shift after 8 hours off duty. Now, we don't know yet what shift, if any, the driver had before starting on the trip from the city to Buffalo. We have reached out to Tribal Sun Bus LLC for comment and await a response. One victim is in critical condition following emergency surgery. All the others are expected to survive. Any family members still looking for information about their loved ones on that bus are urged to call the Family Liaison line at 585-753-4455. Guys.
Ron, thank you. Happening today, the suspected killer in a homicide from 4 years ago in Rochester is due in court for what's scheduled as a rearraignment. In April 2020, 32-year-old Nathan Bernard was found unconscious and bleeding out on Genesee Street. He died at the hospital. Investigators say Jalen Reed, seen here from a previous hearing, is the man who killed him. He was arrested last month. Officers say the night of the shooting, Bernard was standing on the sidewalk among a group of people when Reed approached and opened fire, adding the victim was targeted. Reed is charged with murder and criminal possession of a weapon. He's being held without bail, due in court again to face a judge at 9:30.
The woman accused of murdering her sister in Honeoye Falls last month is set to be arraigned today. According to the court documents obtained by News 8, this all happened back on the night of October 8th when 53-year-old Jamie Bush allegedly strangled her sister, 62-year-old Penny Bush, to death. The following morning, deputies say that the suspect took the victim's 3 phones and tried hiding them in the garbage at a coffee shop. They then say Jamie dumped her sister Penny's body in the Genesee River, and Penny was not found until October 14th. Jamie again due in court today at 9:30.
There's also an arraignment for a Rochester mother accused of assaulting 2 men with her son last month. 35-year-old Raquel Quinn and her 19-year-old son Christopher Bermudez are accused of shooting and stabbing 2 men in their 30s on East Main Street October 23rd. RPD says Quinn got into a fight with one of the victims, left the scene and returned, while Bermudez assaulted them before leaving again. Police found the 2 victims. One stabbed, the other shot. Both the mother and son are charged with assault and criminal possession of a weapon. The gun charge comes from a search of a Dewey Avenue home where police say they found this rifle and a shotgun. Bermudez was arraigned Wednesday. Quinn will be arraigned this morning.
And there is also a pretrial motions and plea hearing for the 21-year-old charged with criminally negligent homicide in a deadly crash that killed a 70-year-old man last fall. Investigators say that in November, Ken Sonderland was driving north on Scottsville Road in Wheatland, and that was when he had reportedly gone off the road into the northbound lanes, attempting to pass another car rather, but then ultimately crashing into Sonderland's vehicle. Findlay Wolf is back in court at 9:30.
Sunrise traffic updates here, 6:53. There is an accident at Mountain Hope between Hamilton and Alexander Street downtown. In Henrietta, another one, Brighton Henrietta Town Line Road at West Henrietta Road. 590 north and southbound, clear of any slowdowns at this point. The view from our Greater Rock Sky Eye. Sunrise traffic again at about 7:25. As we look ahead, we do have Veterans Day coming up Monday. Before that, there's so much going on around our region, recognizing all the men and women from our armed forces.
Of course, we want to show them some love, starting today with RIT hosting the 13th annual Veterans Day breakfast for vets and their families. That starts at 8 at the Gordon Fieldhouse. Then tomorrow, Chilai also has veteran breakfast at the town's community center from 9 to 11. Then at 10:30, Monroe County's Veterans Day Parade, what we're seeing here from previous years, that kicks off at the corner of South Goodman and Highland Avenue. Of course, News 8 will be live streaming the parade on our website, rochesterfirst.com. That is where you can also find all the extra info on every Veterans Day event and celebration near you. Make sure to join us Monday as well for Veterans Day. Officially, we will be airing our Veterans Voices special, an entire half hour dedicated to our local heroes. That happens at 7 p.m. right here on News 8.
Let's go inside the huddle. 19 names on the latest injury list for the Bills. Good news, though, only one of them did not practice at all. That was the rookie wideout, Keon Coleman. He almost exclusively worked out on the side Thursday. No brace or wrap, though, on his injured right wrist. He did step in briefly with the receivers for individual drills. No passes, though. Amari Cooper has a left wrist problem. Small brace on that. He was limited, saying pain management and catching with the extra padding. That's the most inconvenience part of this. He didn't catch any passes in all drills. On the bright side, Christian Benford a full go after dealing with his own wrist problem. Jordan Phillips, Quentin Jefferson also got in workouts with the Bills yesterday afternoon. The Barnes Firm injury report, rough day for the wideouts on top of Cooper and Coleman. Curtis Samuel still limited with a pec injury. He did play through that last week. Matt Collins, the only change, listed as a full go, though that was just a walkthrough. Other than that, those five, everyone else on the list was a full practice.
Yeah, oh gosh, you were saying it's a bad lookout for anybody who needs to use their wrist.
Right.
With those catches and throws.
It's a bit of a concern there. So rooting the best for them. Should be a good game. Bills still favored to win, so we shall see. Mid-50s this afternoon. No rain for you outside of a very isolated sprinkle. Clouds increase, and then your weekend. Tomorrow's great, cold, but sunny, and then watching for the rain shower Sunday.
That does it for us here this Friday morning and this week. Glad to have you along for Sunrise. Our next update in 30 minutes.
Have a wonderful day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on rochesterfirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.